Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. The last Raw before WrestleMania 41 was awesome. The April 14th edition of Monday Night Raw was full of great matches and advanced storylines heading into WrestleMania 41. The show kicked off with an absolute heater versus Bayley and Liv Morgan. We know that Bayley is one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time, and she's still getting at it. She's still doing the damn thing. She's still putting together absolute heaters, and Liv Morgan is climbing up there as one of the best women's wrestlers on the planet, and they put together a fantastic match to kick off Monday Night Raw, and there was just great match after great match after great match after great match. We saw Julius Creed and Rey Mysterio put together a heater. We saw Karrion Kross and AJ Styles put together a heater. We saw Penta and Finn Balor with that whole thing. The two people that really stood out to me, though, that won't be performing at WrestleMania, that potentially might get more opportunities moving forward post-WrestleMania season, are Julius Creed and Karrion Kross. Julius Creed is an absolute freak of nature. American Made is a really solid team. I know we have El Grande Americano, right, facing Rey Mysterio, I think that's how you say his name, at WrestleMania. That's going to be cool. Obviously, American Made is going to be there, so they're going to be involved in WrestleMania, but they don't have a match. I would love to see them have a tag team match, but Julius Creed, absolute freak of nature, puts together a fantastic match with Rey Mysterio, who in his 50s can still absolutely go, another living legend like Bayley. And then you see Karrion Kross, who's been making the most of every minute. Triple H recently talked about this on the Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schultz, saying guys who can make the most of their minutes, who can make moments out of sort of anything. Chelsea Green is really good at this. Karrion Kross recently is doing a great job of this. Every time he gets on screen on Monday Night Raw, he has a different hairstyle to match the person he's talking to, and he's just planting seeds and planting seeds and planting seeds. And then he gets in the ring with AJ Styles, who we know is phenomenal, one of the best in-ring competitors we've ever seen in the history of professional wrestling. Gets in the ring with Karrion Kross, and the people haven't 100% bought into Karrion Kross yet, but I believe they will as he continues doing these things. And as he continues to get more minutes and make the most of those minutes, but he put together an absolute banger with AJ Styles. Really good stuff from him and Julius Creed. I think they were the standouts in terms of guys not really elevating their WrestleMania story, but really just trying to elevate themselves and make the most of their minutes on a very important episode of Monday Night Raw, the go-home episode of Monday Night Raw. So we saw that. That was really cool. Just a bunch of bangers after bangers on Monday Night Raw with two guys really standing out. We saw also the Intercontinental Championship, sort of four-way. I didn't realize it was the first time ever at WrestleMania that'll be a fatal four-way for the Intercontinental Championship. The Intercontinental Championship is one of the most prestigious championships that WWE has. The lineage of guys who carried that championship is incredible. Now, who do I think is going to win that match at WrestleMania 41 in the Fatal 4-Way? I believe it's going to be Penta. I think they're going to give Penta his moment at WrestleMania because right now he's just on a peak. The WWE fans seem to really like him, and I think Braun Breaker is past the Intercontinental Championship now. So he loses at WrestleMania 41. Penta now has the championship, maybe goes into a deeper feud potentially with Finn Balor. Maybe there's some miscommunication between Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio, and they have a feud, and Penta goes on to someone else. Maybe then he gets back with Ludwig Kaiser, and they feud over the Intercontinental Championship. But I think Braun Breaker leaves that Intercontinental Championship chase and goes on to the main event scene. As we know, he's been working with Paul Heyman. As you can tell, his facial expressions, his intensity, the way he moves, everything about Braun Breaker just says superstar, main event. Now, people think that Jacob Fatu is going to main event 5 WrestleManias. I am inclined to say that Braun Breaker will at least main event, 2 or 3 WrestleManias, just the way he's built, the way he has the fans behind him, his facial expressions, his intensity, the way he can move in the ring, his aggressiveness, all of that stuff amounts to, fans really enjoying watching him go, whether he's quote-unquote a babyface or a heel. Sort of right now, he sort of lives in the middle. He just does his thing as the unpredictable badass. So that was cool to see that. I think Penta will win at WrestleMania 41. We know we have AJ Styles and Logan Paul heading into WrestleMania. I'm not 100% sure who's going to win. I know I'm going to do a video on my full WrestleMania 41 predictions because I know you guys are just begging for that. You're begging for that kind of content, and I'll give it to you. Don't worry. I'll give it to you. But I'm not really sure at this point. I got to think a little bit more deeply about who's possibly going to win that match versus AJ Styles and Logan Paul. Just off the bat, I'm like, AJ Styles doesn't need the win. He doesn't need the win. He's already cemented himself as one of the best performers of all time. And if he loses, people aren't going to disrespect him, right? But I think I think if he does lose, that's even more ammunition than for Karrion Kross to say that he was right, and maybe for Karrion Kross and AJ Styles to have a deep feud heading into the summer, which would be awesome for Karrion Kross, also awesome for AJ Styles. Both of those guys have something to do to sink their teeth into. So with that, me speaking out loud, I think Logan Paul will win that match, especially if WWE wants to push him, if he wants to beat, quote-unquote, the guy in WWE and potentially main event matches and main event WrestleMania. He's got to beat AJ Styles. And that's a good notch under his belt. It's also a good way for him to talk shit and continue to get heat and get heat and get heat that he beat AJ Styles at WrestleMania. AJ Styles then potentially moves on to feud with Karrion Kross, and Logan Paul wins that match at WrestleMania 41. And then also, of course, we have what has turned out to be one of the best feuds of this WrestleMania season, which nobody expected and everyone was shitting on, is Gunther and Jey Uso. Yes, it's Gunther and Jey Uso. This is going to be an awesome, awesome match at WrestleMania. I'm still leaning towards Jey Uso actually winning that championship, but I would not be surprised if Gunther beats him and they continue this feud moving forward because it's been that good. And of course, a triple threat match for the women's title, Io, Bianca, Rhea Ripley, going to be incredible. I think my prediction is that Io is going to keep the title. There's going to be something happens between Bianca and Rhea that maybe continues their feud past WrestleMania, and Io gets a new challenger, potentially like a Liv Morgan, and I think that's what's going to happen. But the biggest match, the absolute biggest match that we're going to see at WrestleMania, we know, is Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. I think it's bigger than John Cena and Cody Rhodes. I really do, because these guys have been building this feud week after week. We haven't seen John Cena for a while since he had that back and forth altercation with Cody Rhodes and got the Crossroads. Yes, we're going to see him on Friday Night SmackDown. We haven't seen The Rock. We don't really know what's going on. Yes, it's a huge match. Yes, Cody Rhodes, John Cena is a huge match. Yes, John Cena is going for his 17th world title. But this triple threat match is really for the future of the industry. Who is going to carry this? I mean, John Cena says he's going to destroy or kill professional wrestling. Seth Rollins, on the other hand, is trying to save professional wrestling. And Seth Rollins on the mic to build this feud has been absolutely impeccable. And he was the last man standing on Monday Night Raw on the April 14th go-home edition. And so what's going to happen when WrestleMania hits? I believe they're hinting at the fact that Seth Rollins will probably not win at WrestleMania 41 since he was standing tall on the last altercation between the three of them before WrestleMania. But you never know. I think they're going to give the win to CM Punk. I think CM Punk is going to win with the help of Paul Heyman. But Roman Reigns is still there. One of the biggest superstars on the planet, Roman Reigns. So it's easy to make the case that Roman Reigns should and can win. But I still think in my gut, in my heart, it's Seth Rollins that wins. And then we see sort of Roman Reigns and CM Punk break off and have a feud in the summer, basically over Paul Heyman or basically over who's the best in the world. And maybe you have Seth Rollins go into a different direction as he just is the guy who won the biggest triple threat in WrestleMania history. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. I think that's amazing. Again, Seth Rollins has done a fantastic job, and I'm really excited for WrestleMania 41. It's going to be incredible. The go-home show for Monday Night Raw was awesome. Friday Night SmackDown is going to see John Cena and Cody Rhodes go head-to-head one more time. Will we see The Rock? What will happen there? All leading towards the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 41. What are your thoughts? What match are you looking forward to most at WrestleMania? Please comment down below right now. I can't wait to hear from you. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this channel with every single professional wrestling fan you know on the planet, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. It's WrestleMania week. Thank you for those who observe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.